Hey everyone, welcome back. So, first and foremost, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps out. It helps out the ecosystem. It helps out everybody. Um, I sometimes find new people that I like to listen to just because of things that I've liked, and the algorithm helps that out, and I enjoy. I'll be subscribing to new people all the time because I just get these new videos pop up. And so don't forget to do that and share this video. This one's pretty important. I think that a lot of people are going to become wrecked. I mean, I think many people are going to visit Rektville, and a little bit further in this, you're going to see that this is not good. This is a warning. This is a warning for everybody that's in PulseChain or that is talking about it or telling people about it. And this is serious. I mean, this is really serious. Like, take heed to this, because what's coming is going to ruin. It's going to ruin. Um, I have another video coming out it's coming up. It's going to be about basically exactly what I have written here. It's going to be gamifying some things. There's lots of people that talk about game theory. I'm going to go into game mechanics. I'm going to talk about some things that I've been thinking about for a long time. I've been putting together this game that I want to play, and I have sort of a long-term perspective on a lot of these projects, a lot of the stuff that's coming out, that's coming into the marketplace. Different things, Mintra, PulseX, PulseChain, Liquid Loans. These projects that I'm into, and I'm researching others. There's lots of others out there, and I'm trying to, basically be prepared for whatever I am interested in. But I have a long-term game plan set in place. And that's why I think it's important that you make a game plan now. Open up a document, get out your journal, get something out, write something down. Take a moment in your day to write out what you are going to do with the money when it comes, because you don't need price predictions. You just need future understanding. You don't need much. You just need a brain to stop and say, hey, this has more potential than anything I've ever seen. What you're involved with here has so much energy behind it. It's incredible. If you aim at nothing, you will hit the target every single time. If you fail to plan, then plan to fail. If you don't write something down, if you don't make a game plan, you're never going to be prepared properly, because you're going to make bad decisions in the moment. So it's like, I look at it, I like the process of building. I like things that get built. And when you build a structure, when you build a house, when you build something, you start with, there's two things. The first thing you have to start with is blueprints, or you have to start with, you have to start with blueprints, because you need to know the order of operations. You need to know how it needs to look, what the finished product's going to look like. You don't start a project, Jim Rohn said it. You don't start something until it's finished. You cannot start until you have an ending point, because otherwise you're going to get down the road and you're going to say, what's next? I don't know, because you don't even know what the first step was. So in building, you start with a foundation. When you're building a skyscraper, the foundation matters. You don't build the same foundation for a skyscraper as you build for a house. In a skyscraper, you're going to build stories into the dirt, and it's going to have reinforced concrete footings with massive pylons, and it's going to have different levels of tying that rebar together. You're going to have different cages that are built. There's going to be codes, and there's going to be all these things with big, huge bolts that are going to be sticking out of this concrete. It's going to be prepared to hold up a skyscraper. And I say all this because Then you build from there. You build from the ground up. You build on top of your foundation. And you use the blueprints to build it properly. If you don't have blueprints, you might be out in a open lot with some trusses, and you're saying, well, let's put these trusses up and then I'll build the house around it. Yeah, good luck with that. That's what this is with PulseChain. You need a blueprint, and you need a foundation, and you need to pay attention, because you're going to be stuck with bad decisions, I think. I'm listening. I read a lot of comments in these different chat rooms, and I'm nervous for people. I'm really, really nervous for people. It's really nerve-wracking to see these questions that come about, because so many people are going to be going to Rektville, and relocating to Rektville is not going to be a very fun place to be. Make a plan and stick to it. The next half of that is, once you make that plan, be prepared for something called sudden wealth syndrome. There's another term out there, I can't remember what it's called. Sudden wealth syndrome is a term given to a psychological condition where the overwhelming pressures of unexpected and or abrupt fortune can develop into emotional and behavioral afflictions. It can also be referred to as an identity crisis. So gaining all of this, and I say that because you're going to get wealth from this. And even if it's 5 years, that's sudden. 5 years is sudden. How much time have you spent in one home? Maybe 5, 6, 7, 10 years? Are you a 10-year kind of person? I like to move a lot. Every 2 years I move. So what is that going to look like to you? If you're not prepared, if you're not up here planning to not fail, then when that wealth comes, you're not going to know what to do with it. I hear of people all the time, they get money and then they just become miserable. So I want to tell another one. I believe PulseChain is going to destroy lives. I do. I think a lot of people are going to be destroyed by PulseChain. It's going to come out and people are going to become wealthy. And what happens when you get sudden wealth? Well, you change, and then what happens is you put your happiness on top of what things can buy you, and then eventually there's only so much you can buy, and then you're not finding happiness anymore, because happiness doesn't come from things. Happiness comes from within, and within experiences, and within love, and with people. Happiness comes from these different areas. It doesn't come from what you can buy. And so you eventually basically you buy all these things you think that are going to make you happy, and that's not where it comes from. They always say money doesn't buy happiness. No, it doesn't buy happiness. It allows for happiness. Because if you think about it, if you don't have to go to work, then you're allowed to spend time with the people that bring joy, bring happiness, bring love, bring fun, bring excitement. See? This is where people get confused. The word buy is stuck in there for a good reason. It's not in there just by happenstance. It's in there because you can't buy love. You can't buy happiness. You can't buy these things. My father. My dad married a woman after my mother. She was a wonderful, wonderful lady. I really, really loved her. And 5 years after they were married, she got diagnosed with cancer and she died. Nobody knew it because she didn't live a lifestyle of a millionaire, of a person with lots of money. And she left my father with lots and lots and lots and lots of money. And it changed him. He is not the same person that he was when I grew up. When I grew up, truck driver, nice guy, everybody loved him. Taught me about how to speak with people, how to talk with people, how to communicate, how to build relationships, how to be a good person, how to be a mechanic, how to fix everything in a house, how to fix anything that I could ever want to fix. He would teach me that. And then he got money. and he changed. He became a different person. He lost his wife, got a bunch of money, became a different person. Money is going to destroy. And PulseChain is going to give a lot of money. A lot of money. A lot. And a lot of people are going to be very, very wealthy from this. Come up with your game plan. I'm going to show you guys on the next video a game that I've been excited about, but I wanted to give this warning first because if you don't have a game plan, you're really in a bad spot. This is my warning. And I think every YouTuber should be giving warnings right now. Like this. Prepare. Come up with an idea. Come up with some plan. Come up with a game plan. How many years are you going to sit on this? And when you sit on it, and when it goes to 10,000, when it goes to 18,000x, when it does that, what are you going to do? When it does a 20x in like the first short amount of time, what are you going to do? You got to decide. You got to come up with an answer. You got to get a game plan. Plan to fail. You either fail to plan or you're going to plan to fail. If you aim at nothing, you're going to hit it every single time. We got to start with the foundation. Build it big, build it fast, build it hard, build it secure. And then you can build something big on top of that. Build big. I mean, we could build big after this. Imagine what we can build, what we can do for the world if good people became wealthy. I think good people are going to be coming from this. Anyways, that's what I've got for tonight, guys. Everybody, I want you to have a good night. Go out and tip your waiter, tip your waitress. If they don't make much, and just help them out. That's something that you can do when with your newfound wealth. Is tip them some pulse. Get them some free pulse. Get them in there. Make the world better. Do something nice for someone else. Go out and smile. Smile because you are a future millionaire. You really are. Thanks a lot, guys.